The Oppo A9 2020 is another budget offering from Oppo, like the K series, at the under 16K price mark with a decent processor, a massive 128GB storage, and some extra cool features. And if you want a lower price, then that is the Oppo A5 2020 for the 64GB version, but with lower megapixel cameras, though the weight and dimensions of the A9 and A5 are the exact same. So in this video, let's test out the performance and structural strength of the Oppo A9 2020. The three biggest plus points of the Oppo A9 will be the presence of a 48 megapixel primary camera, a massive 5000 mAh battery, and the huge 128GB onboard storage. Besides that, other cool features include wideband L1 certification to stream HD content, reverse battery charging, and stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos sound, where the earpiece also doubles as an external speaker. The quality of the free transparent soft case seems to be similar to the ones provided with Realme phones and previous Oppo devices, and this time they have made it a bit translucent at the sides. It weighs in at 195 grams, which is on the heavier side, but in par with other devices like the Redmi Note 8 Pro at 200 grams. And the device seems to feel pretty sturdy in my usual trial bend with minimal amount of flex. Before starting with the drop test, let's have a quick look at the heavy gaming performance for you guys planning to buy the Oppo A9 for gaming. It has the 11nm Snapdragon 665 processor coupled with the Adreno 610 GPU, and strangely it scores a bit higher on Antutu compared to other Snapdragon 665 devices like the Realme 5, Vivo U10 or the Xiaomi Mi A3. And similar to those devices with the same processor, it also defaults at low graphics settings, and unfortunately the option to play even at HD graphics is not enabled. Though this does not make the Oppo A9 bad at heavy gaming, the experience was good and it could handle heavy games like Asphalt 9 or PUBG without any issues. Removing the pre-applied plastic screen protector from the Oppo A9. Known from past devices tested on the channel, these plastic screen protectors are used to hide poor scratch-prone glass protection with no oleophobic coating on most budget phones of Oppo and Vivo, and every Realme device except the X and XT. Next, moving on to the practical drop test with the provided case and ordinary tempered glass. The last devices to fail were the Redmi K20 Pro, Realme 5 Pro, and the massive disaster of the Samsung Galaxy A70s. Let's hope the Oppo A9 does better than those devices. After 6 hard drops from pocket height, the Oppo A9 2020 seems to be doing fine, at least for now, continuing with the 7th drop, this time from 6 feet head height. It is on very rare occasions that after 13 drops, even the glass protection does not shatter and does not suffer any external or internal damage. The Oppo A9 2020 passes my drop test with flying colors due to its strong build quality and design language. Testing the quality of the tempered glass protection you're paying for and provided by the company by rubbing it with common atoms and the blade of a heavy duty box cutter. The blade will score close to or less than 5.5 on the Mohs hardness scale and is not supposed to damage glass. This is proved when high quality glasses or even basic Corning glass found on the cheapest Redmi devices easily handles the blade with no damage. Whereas the tempered glass protection provided on most budget phones of Oppo and Vivo and every Realme device tested on the channel, with the exception of Realme X and XT, are not able to handle the blade, suffering ugly scratch marks. As feared earlier from past devices, the tempered glass protection provided by the company to us on the Oppo A9 fails my scratch test. As you can see, there are multiple amounts of scratches on the glass protection. Next up in the sound test, testing out the audio quality of the stereo speakers from the earpiece and bottom firing external speaker.
At the bottom of the ocean, you can see me beyond the cloud. Let me go. I don't want to love you anymore. Let me go. Just let me go. I don't want to love you anymore. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up. I'm no angel. I won't let it define me if you take control. Let me go. I don't want to love you anymore. Let me go. Just let me go. I don't want to love you anymore. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up. Oh, light it up, light it up, light it up.
The sound quality of the Oppo A9 2020 is near excellence in the budget category. It is one of the loudest in the market right now, with good clarity, and the presence of the stereo output just makes it better. Now moving on to fun stuff with value, the bend test. Does the plastic build of the Oppo A9 suffer from any structural weakness that you should be aware of? The first bend from the display side, as expected, has a good amount of flex, quite common with polycarbonate plastic builds, and it locks out at a certain point with no damage suffered. The degree of flex from the second bend while pressing from the back side is slightly less compared to the display side, with no cracking sounds or damage. The strong design of the Oppo A9 2020 is built like a tank and easily passes my bend test, with no internal damage or breaks near the power buttons or to the glass display.